Yeah. So good evening once again. My name is Laura Hamidova. I am a director and the founder of FireWorks HRM. We are an official education partner of SHRM qualification, certification, preparation trainings in Azerbaijan and in Lithuania. Actually, the purpose of today's meeting, today's webinar, is to have a very conversational discussion, I would say, very authentic. Maybe we will be brutally honest with the audience. And I have with me Nida. She is a formal representative from SHRM office. Nida has lots of titles and achievements, and she will present a little bit in a while herself as well. At the same time, I have with me Gunel Gachaeva. She is our SHRM student, already completed the course and getting ready for her exam, and she will be one of the panelists. We also have Tahira. Tahira is already SHRM certified, and I'm very happy. I always say that success of the students that go through our trainings, it's our success as well. It's creating value. You see that you work and what you work. Also, in a team, in a panel today, I have Terlan. Terlan, we know each other in a different context together. I think maybe even before Terlan started her HR career, and it's amazing how Terlan's HR career emerged. During these years. She's also SHRM certified. We have Leila. Leila, she is also one of our partner trainers in SHRM. Started as a student, but then her competences, her ability to explain things in a very good way in details, so it made her our SHRM trainer as well. So we are doing kind of joint classes with Leila together. And also I have my very valuable member of my team, Elmira. Elmira, she is a person who stayed in contact with you, coordinated all, these SHRM classes and everything that is going outside of the fireworks to social world. It comes from Elmira. Elmira, thank you for joining this call. So again, I would like maybe at the beginning to share my personal experience and a little bit journey and story and a little bit from our history with SHRM. We got a partnership with SHRM from 2007. So what does it mean? It means that next year it will be 10 years. We will celebrate 10 years anniversary of partnership. During these years, we had many different groups, many diverse groups, and we already formed a SHRM alumni in two countries, in Azerbaijan and in Lithuania. It's joint, alumni group where we create really value. But my personal experience began with SHRM since 2007. So it means that next year it will be not 10 years, but 20 years of my experience with SHRM. As Nida's team really said once to me, Laura was our loyalist. Even when we didn't get a formal partnership, what does it mean? It means that I really was so amazed by the quality of knowledge that SHRM is giving and by activities that they are doing globally, not only in United States, so that I really made my mission like to tell other HR colleagues about SHRM qualification without even thinking about any partnership, any financial gain, anything. I just wanted, my other colleagues to benefit from institution like SHRM. And over years, of course, it materialized into partnership, and I'm very happy. And since that time, I attended three SHRM annual conferences in United States. One was in Las Vegas, the second was in New Orleans, the third was in Chicago. I also attended one conference in Dubai. And the last conference where I also was invited as a speaker and a panelist discusser, it was in Saudi Arabia, in Riyadh. So this is how this society is really expanding worldwide. Also, since we got a partnership, we also made at least 5 SHRM events, like offline events in Azerbaijan. And we are also planning to do maybe small, but for the first time event this spring in Vilnius here, because we have partnership for Lithuania territory as well. So this is some like history and maybe some milestones that we had with SHRM, but really being an official partner, education partner, it's a big responsibility for us. And of course, it's a very big honest, because it's not only just signing a contract and delivering trainings, but it is representing the name and representing the same values as SHRM is representing. And today our discussion will be very honest, and I really want everyone to be authentic and to share your own experience. Maybe you had different opinion and experience that I had. Maybe you didn't had such an wow, amazing experience that I had, or vice versa. Whatever it is, I want us without any hidden messages, like brutally honestly deliver all pluses and minuses of it, because there are certain, definitely certain like minuses as well, and also our participants who are joining us today, or who will be listening and watching us on YouTube channel later, you are like more than welcome to text us, to ask, to write us, to call us, and also unmute yourself and give your questions here. And Nida, jumping into our conversation, I would like to really start with a very frequent question that specifically my team member Elmira is receiving. And this number one question is, what is the main difference between SHRM certification and other certifications? Because as you know, nowadays it's expanding. Like some organizations are started like providing other certifications as well. Of course, we're not going to name and label other certifications, but what is the main difference? What is a competitive advantage of SHRM certification?
Okay, I will jump straight into that. Thank you, Laura, for having me here. Pleasure to be speaking to all of you. So let me jump straight into that. As somebody who is SHRM certified, I've been in the consulting industry for about 20 years now as an HR consultant. And I joined SHRM a fairly long years ago in about 2016. So I've been with them for a good 10 years now. But when I took the SHRM certification, personally for myself as well, I felt that it was very practitioner oriented. So, two things that really make SHRM stand apart from any other certification. One, the content. It's updated on a regular basis. So it's not just about getting the credential and having the badge that you are SHRM certified. Of course, that's important. But the core study material that it exposes you to, the richness of the learning system, the richness of the content, which is regularly updated. So you actually feel that you've refreshed, you know what's happening in the industry, you're relevant. Because for myself as an individual, I took it about 15 years after my MBA. So I felt, yes, I'm refreshing. I know what's happening latest in the industry. And I know now that there's a lot about technology, about AI integration, about workforce gamification that's added to the content. B, more importantly, from the exam perspective itself and what makes the credential different, the fact that it's so workplace oriented. If I look at it from an exam perspective, it's a good mix of knowledge and scenario items. So you're looking at a lot of application oriented content. You're not being asked to just, rote learn or memorize concepts or theories. It's about how you would apply it as an HR professional. And one last point, the fact that it's globally so well recognized and updated. We have now close to 100,000 certified professionals globally. So I think the fact that it really allows you to position yourself as somebody who's on top of the rung when you have the SHRM credential backing you. I think those are what makes it stand out, Laura.
Actually, this is very aligned with what my experience was. Even now, you know that I'm studying PhD right now, and at my PhD classes, yesterday I had one exam, And it was very helpful. Knowledge of SHRM was very helpful preparing for my exam. You may think that what is the common between academics, PhD, and SHRM certification, but in SHRM certification, you are getting very wide knowledge about everything, about business, finance, statistics, regression analysis, dispersion analysis. You know what I mean, those who are familiar with these materials. And this part of study really was very helpful for my, for example, current PhD studies as well. And it really increases awareness and it's really up to date. So thank you so much for underlining this. Nida, maybe you can go, I don't know, further with if you have any presentation, anything to present, like maybe a few slides if you would like to share, if you have. And the main purpose is to answer the question, is it really worth having it?
No, it's always, I think, a catch-22 because when we're asked as HR professionals, is it worth it? Yes, definitely it is, but it's so difficult to quantify or put it into numbers. But at the same time, I did have just one slide, but I thought let me talk about what really makes it stand out for me, and I hope that I can convey that importance and that benefit to you. So if I look at it, first and foremost, what really made it stand out for me is the fact that it's based on the SHRM competency framework. We call this the body of applied skills and knowledge, the SHRM BASK. It was created and put together by researching over 35,000 HR professionals across 135 countries. And this framework is updated every 2 years. So the last update, which happened in 25, talked about including a lot of things around ethical practice, around inclusion, and big time focused on AI and HR tech integration. So that content really, which is regularly updated, forms the basis of the SHRM credential. So I think that makes one big difference. The second one and the most important one, and I'm hoping Gunel and a couple of others will probably lean in later on this topic, it helps you advance your career. So a fact that it's a credential that you're holding on to, plus you're also showcasing to the world that you are committed about furthering your knowledge. You're committed to your organization to keep yourself upskilled. And if you're trying to move up the rank, SHRM credential really helps you get that knowledge, that expertise, and showcase that you've learned so you can take on a wider role, take on a wider responsibility in that HR context. Finally, expanding your HR expertise. HR professionals who earn the certification have said that they are able to display higher levels of credibility as HR professionals. And Laura, of course, also helps us deliver multiple programs. So within the SHRM gamut, there is something called as the Essentials, which is an entry-level program. Then we move into the CP and this SCP. So it's about progressively enhancing your capability as well. The SCP talks about strategic level understanding and applicability. So you're really enhancing your expertise. You're learning things about analytics, about risk management, about different learning theories, learning styles. So whether you're in talent acquisition or in talent development or in retention or people analytics, you're really becoming a well-rounded professional in that sense. You do increase your earning potential. We've done a couple of research reports, and again, not limited to just the US, but we've run this research across the world. Professionals who have taken on the SHRM certification have reported earning higher salaries than peers who have not. And of course, this is a function of multiple aspects. I won't say it's just a credential, but the fact that that credential opens doors to more opportunities. It opens doors to you taking on more responsibility within your workplace or moving to other, avenues across. So that entire gamut of opportunity to really up your earning potential, up your game in the workplace. You're able to enhance your competencies, develop skills in multiple areas. It is a generalist program, but it also focuses a lot on your behavioral skills. So this year's enhancement, the 2025, end of 25 enhancement, focuses heavily on things like leadership, ethical practice, relationship building, managing a globally diverse workforce. So it's not just HR theories and domains, but as a leader, how do you enhance your expertise in showcase that at the workplace. And finally, the big one, you are demonstrating your commitment. So, the reason why we choose to become certified, why we choose to retain our credential, because every 3 years you have to showcase and give those professional development credit points and update them in a portal to retain your certification. And by doing that, I'm showing my commitment as an HR professional to updating my own knowledge, to updating and supporting the profession and supporting the organization. So, really, it's about enhancing overall not just my capability, but the capability of HR professional overall. And that really drives, and that's the basis of why we feel that the SHRM credentials are so, so important. And that's what really makes it stand apart for us. So that was the one slide that I had, but really happy to answer any questions. And as somebody who's seen it from both sides of the picture, as a consultant and as a professional myself, I've seen that difference with the credential because it does help you really enhance your knowledge, enhance your expertise, and showcase that to the world as well.
It's a very, like, actually, it's very motivating to hear this from SHRM MENA Director, from Nida, from you, because you said you have seen this from two parts as a consultant, yes, and the other part, but you are actually not only the person who has these credentials, but also you are the person who is coordinating the entire SHRM MENA like office, like work, and coordinating this in the region, entire region. So I'm sure that you have seen different success stories, different participants, different levels, and not only like on individual level, but on governmental level as well. Because I know that SHRM MENA office is working with governments to do some really, I would say, essential changes for the
Absolutely.
region. Yes. I have one question to you, and we will move to panelists. And then again, if audience has any questions, so of course we are here to address them. My question is maybe like reverse engineering question. For whom this certification is not suitable?
That's a tough one, Laura. From my perspective, I think it's suitable for everyone in HR. It is relevant for everybody in HR, but choose wisely on when you want to start on that journey. Uh, so there is an effort involved. We can't deny that because there's an effort involved in studying. There's a monetary effort involved in signing up for the material, for taking the exam, and also from where you are in your career perspective. Do you want to have you want to give that time, energy, money, commitment? So suitable for everybody, but choose wisely when you want to step into it. So I think that probably, I'm hoping, answers that.
Yes, because I also think that you need to choose the right time for this qualification. Right people, anyway, it's right for everyone. Of course, you need to have a certain language of English because it's available in English language. It's not relevant, for example, for other like languages for now. I know that you have certain translation in certain cultures like Arabic language, but it's not something that, for example, our areas of expertise are usually using, because our like education partnership is within Azerbaijan and Lithuania as well. But yes, you of course you need to obtain certain language level, but at the same time you need to be ready for this, I think. Like even, for example, your family setup, your personal life, your professional life, your setup needs to be fully supporting in order for you to get prepared for this qualification. And here I slowly move to our panelists, to our group. So my question to you, so what you need to expect when you are preparing for qualification in terms of like logistics, for example, what kind of, so, or let me rephrase it, with your work life and with your family life, is it possible somehow to integrate this qualification preparation process? So was it tough for you? How you manage this? Maybe we can start with Tahira, with you.
Yes, first of all, I would like to say hi to all of you, to our participants also. And from my side, I can to take a note that I am single, not married, not with the children. So it was not so hard for me to preparing myself for this exam. Why not so hard? Depending to the time. If from the side the time I have the work life and my personal life where I know this is my goals, so I have to prepare myself. But what I mentioned that it will be good if we will try from the beginning to give ourselves approximately minimum 6 months, I think. Because to think that and pushing ourselves that in 3 months I will done this preparation and I will pass, it's a little bit pushing ourselves, it's a little bit stressing, unnecessary stressing, I think. So in my opinion, it's gonna be good if the all participants make for themselves some schedule and take the a little bit long term for 6 months approximately to preparing themselves and to be happy in this way. I think it's important also to feel yourself in a good energy, in a good mind, and so like this.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, having extra responsibilities, of course, it's one more layer on it. Why I am like started from this topic, because this we all are human beings, and we all has some kind of, issues like related to our work or related to our family or related to our health. And that's why when Nida mentions that it's suitable for everyone, just you need to choose right timing, it means that it really needs like physically, logistically suit your schedule, because it really requires a lot of dedication and time. Before joining the classes, me as a trainer and Leila, we mentioned to the audience that are you ready? So you need to have this expectation that you will be dedicating certain time. So thank you so much, Tahira. Gunel, what about you? So was it realistic for you to prepare for this exam? How you manage this in terms of your schedule? If you can.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for invitation. Very happy to be here and share my experience. About time, yes, I have concern at the beginning about time because I'm married. I have 3 children. I'm working, so it's how to say, be honest, it's problem for me, but I choose to turn learning process into work process, I learn at the work. Yes, I read something, I watch your webinar and go to back and do something, how to say, practices. Yes,
Oh,
I think this way. Yes, so it requires a lot of time. I think if I not be married, I it take for me maybe 6 7 months. But now how to see, I prepare for 1 year.
one.
Yes, it's problem.
Mhm.
Time for me problem, but I find the way to learn. I choose this way. Turn learning process into work process.
I
Yes,
would say it's a very, very interesting approach, and thank you.
very interesting.
Yeah,
Yes.
thank you for sharing, Gunel, your approach of studies, because it may work for other people as well. I never thought that you can just read something, the topic, and the
Yeah,
topic that you study, you're going and aligning and actually doing. It's like,
actually, yes, yes. With my team, I share with my team also something, and we do together.
oh, it's a very good tip. And just one note to our trainer, Leila, we also can just underline this when we are in a group teaching and saying that how you can align your study process. Thank you so much. Darlan, what about you? So how you manage? Is it realistic for you just to prepare? So maybe any tips and tricks,
Good evening, everyone. I'm also happy to be here and share my experience with you. So I am also married and have kids. So it's also for me also it's challenging. But you know that I am starting to preparing SHRM very earlier in my HR career. So what easy for me is I am starting my HR career with best practices. So everything I learn is as HRM is my base for my HR career. So Laura Ham every time say that you need to unlearn to learn, start to thinking like SHRM. So in my practice, this part is easier because I think that I am choosing the right way to start a new page in my career. So what's about time? I think that every exam preparation have some logic. And if you catch this logic, the others will come. So I am never just spend hours in one day, for example, 4 or 5 hours. I do it frequently, every day, just 1 hour, half hour, when I have time in my breaks after work or before sport or something like this. So SHRM during approximately 6-7 months is part of my life when I learn the best practices, and then in daily work I also use these best practices. That's why I think that it's the only way to understand the logic and to be ready that this exam preparation is a part of your life. So you need to manage how you manage your life and work. The exam, it will also be some part of, yeah. That's
Darlan, it actually
about
reminded
that.
me of one thing. Do you know what it reminded me? Usually during the classes, I also say, I really, it's a true. I don't believe in work-life balance. What I believe is about in work-life integration. And I was telling this for years, and I was very positively surprised when the president of SHRM, Johnny C. Taylor, Junior Taylor, yes, Johnny Taylor, when he said that I think somewhere he even wrote a post on LinkedIn. It was about work-life integration. I was so, yes, I got it. I'm not the only person who's thinking like this because this is absolutely the thing that you, Tarlan, right now is saying. You integrated learning process, and exactly Gunel did the same. You integrated the learning process into your daily life as you integrate your sports into your work, for example, life and your life, like personal life. It's exactly the same thing. You want this or not, but you need to restructure, redesign on a temporary basis. It's not permanent, it's temporarily. On a temporary basis, like everything what you have around. Yes, thank you for sharing. And Leila, I mean, what are your, as a trainer, and of course, as a student first, and as a trainer, what is your like takeaway on this?
I just wanted to add what ladies just mentioned a bit earlier. So people are often afraid of the big changes. So they can imagine the last result and they think, oh, how I will get there. It will be really difficult. I'm married, I have kids, etc. But small steps, even Gunel, if it is even if it is taking a year, I don't know, maybe a year and a half. Anyways, small steps will take you there. So you will get this knowledge, you will get this experience as well, because we learn competences as well. Yeah, competences is also like equal to the experiences that other people have, and you are just reading how the professionals react, and you already get prepared for these kind of situations. Yeah, this is very interesting. Sometimes it is like so real life examples that you see. First you say, okay, how would I react, for example, in this situation? And then at first you get it as a surprise. Oh, this is the right answer. But when you shift your mindset, when you absorb this SHRM logic, you understand that yes, this is the right way. This is the global way of reacting. This is the ideal way to keep relationships, yeah, and solve the situations. From my experience, it was really very interesting. So I have actually many years of experience in HR, but I joined this HRM classes just to see what is happening all over the world. Maybe there is something that we can optimize. Maybe there is something that we can bring innovation to our work. And it was like when I read this, and I told several times to Laura about this, there is a science behind. Yeah, so we were doing all of this in our daily work because I'm working in the global company, but there is a science. There is a thing how we are naming this. So the examples, how the situations leads to the right way. This is really very surprising, and then using the wording like comparison and these kind of things, it shows you as a professional. It is not like you are feeling something and you try to do a logical thing, but it is a kind of, you are showing that you know this science. Yeah. And also we call it as mini MBA. So what I see from my friends who join the executive MBA programs, I see their programs, yeah, because sometimes they are putting in their LinkedIn posts or WhatsApp, stuff, and I see that this is the same, maybe a bit deeper, but you have all the basics in SHRM. Yeah, so you have all the basics. So when having SHRM, so you know HR, you get the mini MBA program, and when you are in the room, that even if you join these meetings earlier several times, and you know the terms, financial terms, but after SHRM classes, so you understand how it is linked to your work, how it is linked to the global business, and it is much, much easier for you to find a way out for your area, how to bring all these, how to use this data to make your team stronger. Yeah, initially it was just like a data, and you were saying, oh, praising, oh, finance department is doing very well, and so my company is having, big income. But after these classes, after this knowledge, you know that, okay, so what I can do better based on this data, how I can use this data for my area. So that's why SHRM really is it gives you credibility first. When you say that I'm a CP or I'm CP, so it gives a credibility that, okay, this person is really strong, and there is a organization association that prove this. Yeah, one thing is that you go, you speak. After some time, they understand that you have the knowledge, you have the experience. But the other thing you have next to your name, you have SHRM-CP, which tells a lot of things about you. And also one thing I want to stress it as well. Before I joined the exam, I recall that Nida joined the session where she, described how exam is happening, what we can do, what we can't, and it is like a kind of, though this is American certification, but we feel so close to to us. So your support to the team, to the people here means a lot, really, to students, to our community, feeling close and knowing that SHRM is like taking care of their community is really, a great sign. Thank you for this.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
And
Laura. I was just reflecting on when everybody took it, so I thought I would share my personal experience. I had taken a career break when I was expecting my son because some health issues, etc. And he was really small. He was about, I think, 8 months old when I decided to take the certification because I was trying to re-enter the workforce full time because I was working part time. So I took it at a moment where I wanted to kind of prove to myself and to my potential employers who are going to be SHRM at that point that yes, I'm capable. I know my stuff. It's been so many years since I've done my MBA, but the fact that I was part time for a couple of years doesn't mean that I've lost the sheen. I can prove it. And as some of you said, I think as Tarlan and Gunel said, I made the studies a part of my routine. So I was working part-time, I was a full-time mother, and I was studying kind of full-time. I spent about 4 to 5 months to study it. And then, of course, a lot of the material helped, but the timing, whatever timing works for you in terms of when you want to prove that credibility or prove that worth, and or when you yourself want to enhance your knowledge, that's when it's probably the right time. And one of the really good things is that the credential and the knowledge then stays with you. So there's this community of knowledge that stays with you. There's this community that Laura, creates for us that stays. So it's not just an exam that you've taken. It's a credential, a learning, and a community that really stays with you for life after that.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Nida, for sharing this, and Leila as well. Leila, what you just said, like what it really gives to you, like as you said, mini MBA and all of these things, this brought me to another question because I have lots of questions, and those questions are like gathered from the audience that we have, the calls that we receive to our office, the emails, the social media messages that I personally receive and my team, a FireWorks team, receive. And it brought me to another question. What have really changed for you professionally after you became SHRM certified? Or if you are not still SHRM certified, but you are already completed the SHRM preparation classes, what have changed for you professionally? And maybe, Gunail, you can also start on taking over this question. Yeah, I think you need to unmute yourself, please.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Sure.
Okay. I think I'm a good example for this question because something changed for me. But I would like to speak from beginning, how I start to this course. I have some concerns from beginning, and it's about what is it about? It's about only certification, or it's about really knowledge. So I came to Lara Hanım with these concerns. She answered all my question. I told her about my expectation from this course. And when we have a brief conversation, and during this conversation, she used two words, I think, which attract and motivate me. First is credibility, and second is mini MBA. So she was absolutely right. I would like to say about mini MBA. I think SHRM course really covered all topics which MBA can cover. Uh, it's about business acumen. It's about leadership, as you know. It's really mini MBA. How Leila mentioned, I feel it. So second, about credibility. When I start to learn, to implement, to use knowledge, skills from SHRM course, I really start to feel confidence. And I came to the board meeting not without my opinion, but without evidence. For example, I start to use tools like organization structure, organization life cycle circle, pay strategy, solution analysis for better workplace planning, and other. So I think my C-levels also saw this, felt this, and at the beginning this year, at the January, I was promoted from HR manager to HR and legal department director, and chosen as a member of board. So you can congratulate me. So yeah, I'm very happy. I'm very thanks for this, Lara Hanım, to you, FireWorks team, all my colleagues, all of us. You motivate me. As you know, my English not well. I mentioned, I would like to mention this. It's not barrier. Language, it's not barrier. If you want to learn, we have a lot of AI tools. We have Google Translate. If you really want to up skills, to learn something new, so you can do it. I do it. I see real impact this course. So I strongly recommend everybody, but especially beginner HR, because this course need unlearn, as Leila mentioned, unlearn your previous knowledge. So if you start to learn HR, or to start work at the HR field, I strongly recommend to start this course with FireWorks, only with FireWorks.
I mean, Gunil, first of all, again, congratulations. Really, congratulations. Everyone who's like joining me with congratulations, because this is a big change. It's not too many people that really emerge their career to the next level in HR. For example, in the countries where I am working mostly, and my area of expertise, like for example, as it's in Vilnius here in Lithuania, or maybe in Baku in Azerbaijan. I also worked in some Arabic countries as well. It's not many examples that HR is becoming, for example, C-level, on a C-level, top level, or CEO, for example, or I don't know. And I really, truly believe that it's only the beginning, and next career moves will also bring you to this level. And I always remember one thing: what brought you here will not bring you there. So you decided to take a SHRM certification to bring your career to the next level. It really works. And absolutely. And as Tarlan said, you need to unlearn to learn new things. I think Tarlan, or maybe Leila, who that was. Yes, but you need to unlearn. Yes, you really need to unlearn it. And that's why, as a fundamentals of your HR knowledge, it's better to start from right approach.
Yeah.
I also thank you so much, Gunel. I also want to hear Tahira's perspective on this as well. What changed in Tahira's career? Because it's very interesting that how we met first with Tahira, and she was working. Yes, as HR, but it was very beginning of her HR career. And I never thought that this one meeting that we had with Tahira may really materialize into something bigger. This is how, when you expect one thing, you just meet the person and say, yes, it's a regular meeting. It is one of the meetings, but it is not actually. It is not. And on my eyes, I saw that how Tahira's career also changed. But before we'll jump into your answer, Tahira, what your experience, I want to hear any maybe emojis, pluses from our audience. Are you here? Are you with us? How it's going? Are you sleepy? Maybe you can put some reactions on a chat, or maybe some reactions so that we know that you are here. Okay, we have Gulshan, we have Sara, Aina, Benis, Nurana, Naila, Ulvia, Hajar. We have Savad. So, okay, so thank you so much for your reaction. So we know that you are here, because when the cameras are off, you never know what is happening on the other side. Yes, Tahira.
Yes, Laura Hanum, I also remember how we met first time with you, and I said that I would like to be in human resource management, to be our HR, and etc. And it was very interesting, our meeting. So what can I say that SHRM certification give me when I passed this exam and when I'm preparing myself? I think that SHRM certification give to us not only the behavioral or not only the strategical thinking or knowledge. It gives to us the both of them. We build the trust in the marketplace, in our company. It become to be trusted from the external side and internal side, and we become to think strategically. And moreover, I would like to mention that SHRM certification helped me not only in strategic decision in my career. It also helped me in my personal life too. Yes, I become to thinking in another way. I become to think to change my mind, to change my mindset also. And moreover, like Günel Hanım mentioned, I become to give some evidence on our management meetings. What the SHRM teach me. I become to use some tools, some technical tools, some human resource tools to give the numbers to the executive management and etc. And I become to give more attention to these details. I become to understand why for the management it's really valuable to see the numbers, why it's really valuable to understand the business acumen, and to to have the knowledge about the business acumen and etc. And also I like the in SHRM that as our colleague mentioned, that it's a really a little MBA practice, and there we also met some risk management, some IT technical management, how it's working, what we have to analyzing to give in our human resource reporting, but show to the executive that there is some risk and etc. to understanding all of the business, all of this, and of course to have next to my name that this is the SHRM certification. It gives a very valuable profile for me. I prove it to myself because I have a lot of inviting for some events, to be the part of these events, to have some attention there and etc. It's really valuable for me to get the certification, and in my career I feel this changing in every way, in my personal life as I mentioned, and in my career life also, because I start to thinking in another way, I start to act and react in another way.
Tahira, thank you for sharing your experience, your journey with SHRM and certification. And it's not only about SHRM certification, it's about your career advancement, how you really started from zero and where you are now. I know that you are having this what it's called, you are having blog and you are talking about SHRM, and you're talking not only about SHRM, but about part of legal HR, HR administration, labor legislation. And it's amazing how fast you really materialize all of this. And let me tell you one thing, there is no topic that is not existing in SHRM materials. Believe me, if I said that, even for my PhD, for example, for methodological research, I found some valuable information in SHRM. Believe me, all topics are covered. Maybe one is deeper, HR knowledge, of course, it's deeper, and other topics maybe you have certain on surface, but at least you have an understanding about this as well. Yeah.
And also, I would like to add that after get my certification, SHRM certification, I become to be not in operational HR. I feel that how our management to see me, to note that I have to be in a management system, I have to be in a strategical way also. So it really valuable for me to feel it in my career way.
Yeah, I'm glad that you really observe it from your management perspective as well. Thank you so much. And
Yeah.
Terlan, what about you? So what changed professionally for you after you became SHRM certified? Or maybe nothing changed? Be honest, like if nothing changed, tell us nothing changed.
No, seriously, it's changed. So first of all, as mentioned Tahira Hanum, it also changed my way of thinking. So I stopped to looking at situation only from an operational side, but start to ask a bigger question. And also, so here is something I often hear from my colleagues, and despite having only about 2 years experience, official experience in HR, people frequently tell me that I am thinking like much more experienced HR professional. So I think that it's SHRM helped me shape that mindset. But to be honest, of course, certificate, it's not a magic solution, but what is really give me, it's confidence. Confidence to speak up, confidence to sit at the table with leadership, confidence to know that your decisions are grounded in best practices. So in the end, SHRM doesn't just change how people see you, but also how you see yourself. And I think when it will change, if it will shift, of course, in careers also I think that we can grow. And also what's changed during 2 years, these 2 years, I'm starting as HR specialist in my company. So after 6 months, when I already starting to prepare as HRM, I am already promoted to HR and admin coordinator. And also in April, inshallah, I will promote it also to HR manager. So in 2 years, double promotion, I think that it's also a good result. So of course, as you mentioned, it's not about only exam or only certificate, because at the end of the day, it's only some paper just to show that, yes, we are professional in our sphere. But when you shift your thinking and boost your confidence, all is work. I think that everyone can show that you are changing, you are growing, and you deserve the position in your company.
I'm very glad to and happy to hear that you are like going up and up and up in HR career, because I know how it started, and I absolutely agree with the feedback of those people who say that you have much more mature, mindset within these 2 years of formal HR experience. Again, it's not about titles. And let me tell you one thing, maybe no one will tell you. It's not about even getting a paper, exactly. It's not about getting a certification. It's not about even those letters that we put next to our name. Even if you are getting those letters, if mindset is not changed, you will not HR professional. Either you have this HR personality, type of personality, or you don't have it. If you don't have it, let me tell you one thing. I am brutally honest, and Nida, very sorry, apologize. Maybe it will somehow, but even SHRM will not help you. Even if you don't have this right personality, right approach. Let's say in SHRM we learn ethical practice. It's one of the main competences. But if you're not ethical yourself, you can't have this, like you are not true HR, you're not true SHRM certified person. This is what I see in the market, and it's very painful topic for me, and I know that for entire SHRM team in many regions. There are a lot of gray market that they provide, they teach SHRM certification without getting official licenses. Yes, they have a certification themselves, but how you can learn something, how you can promote something, how you can learn ethical practice and talk about business ethics and do some unethical things. So that's why I'm telling it's not about getting those letters next to your name if you don't have right personality. Either you are HR or you are not HR. And by the way, it's not my words, it's not only my opinions, but it's the opinion of one very well-known guru, HR guru, which we have here around, without mentioning her name, but she is a very experienced person, and I remembered one thing when she was telling me, it's not about certification, it's about right personality that you have inside. And before we will wrap up, I have one last question to all of you, Leila, to you, Nida, to you, and to ladies, you as well. So what would be your final, I would say, and one advice to those people who still thinking, considering whether I need to go for it or not go for it? What will be a recommendation for those people who are getting ready to be enrolled in SHRM classes? Like before you will start, what you need to know or what you need to have? Maybe very short, very brief, like one maybe advice. Maybe Tahira, we can start from you.
Okay, I think, in my opinion, first of all, we have to understand what we would like and where we are going, what's our way and our goals. I think it's not depend where we are working or etc. It depends on us that what we would like to be and who we are. This is for me, this is really essential to understand and to feel yourself that what you would like to get to reach. And second, in my opinion, it's as our colleagues mentioned that small steps really brings us to our goals. Leila Hanım said it. Yes, it's really right. Don't afraid, don't pushing yourself. Give yourself the time, not a little, it can be long, it can be 1 year or a little bit more, how you need, how your mindset need it. Not every people is a same, everybody different. And to be passionate, to have very good passion for your goals. Give yourself the time. This is also essential. And the third thing what I would like to mention that if you start, even it will be the small steps, even it will take a little bit long time, make it like your daily life. Make the right integration with yourself, with your life. You have to love this process, I think. You have to love to read these books because they are a little bit huge, but they are very interesting, really. You have to love to make these tests. It's very interesting also to get for yourself some best practice and etc. So you have to be in this process, not from the how to say it, not from the other side to looking how the certification is going. You have to be in this process and make a right integration with your life, with your lifestyle also. So like this.
Thank you so much. And Leila, maybe from your side, very shortly, one maybe recommendation.
Recommendation, if we are looking for the future, what it will change in our lives, I would say that SHRM will elevate how HR thinks and how HR communicates at the leadership level. And I would say that it will give you a global HR framework, it will improve your decision quality, and also it will sharpen your experience. Maybe you have, like me, 15 years, 20 years experience, but this knowledge will sharpen it. So you will do less work, you will do best quality work, and the question, Laura, sorry, the question that you asked a bit earlier, that what has changed, what SHRM has changed in your life, is that leadership management is looking for me more than earlier, even for the informal brief discussions, just some quick consultation, not only, specifically at the meetings, but maybe for 5-10 minutes that we respect your background, we respect your knowledge, and we want, you to give us some, advice and direction. So, SHRM is a really valuable experience, and I would recommend it to everyone.
Yes, thank you, Leila. Thank you. I will definitely reflect on Tahira's, on Leila's feedback as well at the end. Gunail, what about you? Like last very short recommendation from your side. Gunail? I think something with connect. Yeah, Gunail. Can you unmute yourself, please?
Yes. Yes, I'm absolutely agree with Tahira. First of all, we have to decide what we want, because when I start, I want not certificate, not promotion. Be honest, really, believe me. I passionate about new knowledge, new skills. I would like to learn something new in my field. So I decide to start. I think first of all we have to decide what we want. Maybe it would be career promotion, it would be new knowledge, or maybe certificate. It's okay if someone want only certificate. It's okay, but we have to decide what we want.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
Thank you
all.
so much, Gunail. Tarlan, what about you? The last recommendation.
So if you are ready to challenge yourself and to start thinking like strategic HR, not only operational, so it's time to start. It's a best investment in your career, I think. And of course, SHRM worth it. I think that the time, the money, and everything that we spent for this certificate. And also, I'm also want to mention that SHRM materials are very good. So my best topic that I always recommend to my managers in our company, in HR team, is leadership. I think that one topic cover, I don't know, 10, 15 trainings that you will pay much more money for this leadership training, but you just read one topic and get a big information, a deep information, which can share and use in your all, I think, managerial and C-level career also. It's very, very valuable knowledge and materials. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yes. So it makes, myself remember how greedy I was when I was first reading these books. I was so greedy. I was reading and digesting and oh my God. So this is necessary and this is necessary and this is helpful. Now I know what it is. So absolutely agree. Thank you, Tarlan, for this. And Nida, from your perspective, from SHRM.
From SHRM, I think the world of work is changing too fast for comfort. Jobs are becoming, I won't say extinct, but jobs are changing, roles are changing, the requirements are changing. So if you're ambitious, if you want to showcase to the world that you want to invest in yourself and keep up with that pace of change with AI, tech, all of that, then I think SHRM certifications is definitely a go-to. So it's about taking that pain or that trouble of investing in your own self and showcasing to the world, because the world of work is changing so fast, so rapidly. So you have to upskill yourself. And as a lot of you said, the certification is not a one-time thing, it's a constant upgrade, and it provides you this whole community and this whole continuous knowledge that helps you keep scaling the ladder. So that's it from my end.
Yeah, absolutely. And especially with artificial intelligence, the world is changing and no one knows. I mean, of course, AI will not replace people. AI will replace tasks that people are doing. Task replacement, not employee replacement, that task replacement. Thank you so much, Nida, for your feedback. And I also want to reflect from my side, from my personal perspective and also from more formal perspective as well. But meanwhile, I want participants who just joined the webinar, just if you have any questions, just prepare your questions and we will have some time for your questions as well. You can type it either on a chat or you can later unmute yourself and ask the question by raising your hand. I will tell you one brutal truth that maybe no one said. Neither Nida mentioned, nor Gunel, nor Tahira, Leila didn't mention this, and Tarlan didn't mention that when you go for exam, you may fail. You may fail exam. I failed exam first time. I'm very honest with you, and I'm saying I failed. But, and I failed, it was only, I received, I think it was 196 or 98 points, and if you want to pass it, you need to receive 200 points. It was so pity for me, like if I would receive like 100, 120, 30, it would be okay for me. But when it's only small thing, and you fail, and it is a reality of this exam. You fail, you study hard, you forget about your personal life for a while, you forget about if you have kids. I remember my kids, I was locking myself in a room, and my small kids, they were knocking the door saying, Mom, I was pretending that I'm not in the room because I knew that I have deadline, and if I really want to make it, I need to make it. I can't let down myself, neither people around me, neither even my family. And I failed first time. And for me, it was very painful experience. To be brutally honest with you, I was not able to look to the books for 6 months. I was just completely out of this study process. And I said, you know what? I was so doubting myself, demotivated, thinking that I am stupid. I mean, why I didn't pass it? My credibility, entire city knows that Laura is going for the exam and I failed. It was very bad times. But then this is motivation, yes? Before that exam, first exam, I was so motivated and I was running for exam. When I failed, my motivation dropped down. What helped me stay till the end and stand up again, do you know what? Discipline. Discipline, because this without discipline, even if you are motivated, because motivation will go down after 2 weeks of study. Sometimes motivation goes down after students see the first class and their eyes becoming like different shape. They say, what? This is what we are studying. I don't understand anything. I have language barrier. Why I was enrolled in this course? But discipline will bring you till the motivation will help you to start. Discipline will help you to complete. And if you don't have a discipline and self-discipline, it will not work. Of course, my role here is also to help you with the discipline. That's why to prepare within a group, it's also a very good idea because you have someone that can push you when you want to go, for example, for the shopping in the weekend, to rest, to sleep, or something else. Yes, it's a big advantage to study within a group, with formal group, with trainer, and that's why in sports you have coach. Yes, in your personal advancement you have also coaches, mentors, and in SHRM you have SHRM certified trainers that can push you and kick your ass when it's necessary. I mean, so that's why my advice to you: have motivation and also bring discipline with yourself. If you have these two, especially discipline, you will do good. English is not barrier, as Gunel said. Any other things is also excuses. Be prepared for failing. But again, we know that success comes not how many times you failed, but how many times you were able to stand up and to go forward as well. And I promise you that if you have this, I mean, you will be able really to pass the certificate. And what this SHRM letters gives to you, like SHRM certification, it is a key. It opens doors to many, many opportunities. Get it. Get it. And then you will decide what you will do this. When you were kids, you decided to learn language, foreign language, right? And now, see, without having this foreign language knowledge of English, German, Spanish, or other languages, you have limited opportunities. This is exactly the same. Get it, then you will figure out where you will use it, how you will use it. Everything will unfold. But strong advice, just get it for real. Okay, and I can see that in a chat, yes, you are. Yes, thank you so much, Sarah. Thank you for the feedback, Hajar and Nurana as well. So if you have any questions, any technical questions, I mean, please feel free to maybe even write or unmute yourself and to ask your question if you have any. Yeah, Tahir also writing that motivation may change or decrease, but discipline keeps moving forward. Definitely, definitely.
I also want to add something about the failure in exam, Laura Hanum. Once before my exam, I am very think that, oh, I know very few people who pass this exam, and I don't believe that I also can pass. And I'm sharing my feelings with my colleague that there is so few ladies who can pass this exam. Do you think that I really can pass? And he said that why not, and so on. And I remember that first lady from our group, when she received the certification, I am very happy that, oh, if someone can get this certificate from our group, I also can do it. I think that's why this webinar is very valuable for the people who looks for this motivation. So if we can do it, you also can do it. Yes, and failure, of course, it's a part of learning, part of our life, but keep going and trying, and I think that everyone can achieve the good result.
Yeah, yes, thank you, Darlan, for sharing. And of course, our webinar will be uploaded on YouTube and on other social media platforms. Whenever it will be uploaded, you will see on the comment side or description side of the video our contacts, like our website, and you can contact our team for any advice, any consultation. Feel free to contact me on LinkedIn and other social media platforms. So for more information about our courses. Usually we do have SHRM certification courses twice a year at the beginning of the year, next week we are starting. And also we have it on autumn semester, something like September, October. So you can choose either time that is suitable for you, and you can join us on these times as well. And I can see that Nida, you also wrote that, yes, of course, being part of the group really makes a difference. Yes, discipline and motivation, team spirit really is very, very supporting. Okay.
Laura, just to
Yeah.
add here, yeah, maybe on the pluses, advantages, yeah. So after finishing this SHRM classes, you will have the alumni group, and this alumni group, this community will support you during your ongoing activities, and you have very strong community. You are helping each other. This is also for HR networking is must, maybe must, yeah. So that's why it is also a big advantage to have so many professionals in one group.
Yeah, thank you for mentioning this, Leila. And definitely, there are much more benefits, like becoming a SHRM member. And it also gives lots of benefits. Attending SHRM conferences that are globally, like in United States and Dubai. I know that in most probably, it will be in Dubai as well. And it really gives a big, I think, opportunities as well. And I see that Gulshan is writing, thank you very much for a valuable webinar. I learned a lot and truly enjoyed the way you delivered the material. Thank you so much for your feedback. It was clear and practical. Your encouragement gave me extra confidence and motivation to keep me moving forward, definitely. And this is why, we're here, just to support each other. Definitely. Thank you so much, Gulshan, for your feedback as well. And Aina is asking, when will it possible to take the SHRM exam in Azerbaijan? Will it be possible in near future? I don't know. Maybe Nida, you can just address this question because the Prometric Center is more responsible for this, but I think that you are building partnership with this testing center, and maybe you have some information updates on this.
I don't have a timeline for you, Aina, but we do know that we're working closely to try and resolve it because there is a Prometric Center in Baku. So we're trying to ensure that the SHRM exam works there. Give us a couple of months, and Laura, we will have an update for you and through you with this for the students as well. So actively on our horizon, and we're trying to resolve this.
Yeah, I really appreciate your support, Nida, because there is a Prometric Center in Baku. It's all equipped, like facilities, everything. The only thing is that just to add like one more certification on their list. And I think many people will be happy just to have a Prometric Center in the country. Yeah. But if any updates, of course, we will publish those updates on social media, definitely, Aina. So just follow us on LinkedIn and you will receive updates about forthcoming Prometric updates as well. Okay, if no one has any other questions, I would like to thank everyone who joined this webinar today. First of all, Nida, thank you so much to you. Thank you for the work and entire, mindset that SHRM is giving to community and society. And there is a very huge ripple effect, starting from United States, Middle East, covering all locations, Europe and all locations. So we are very thankful and grateful for this. Also, thank you, Leila. So for being with us as a part of our SHRM teaching team. Thank you for Leila for joining this webinar today. Thank you, ladies, Tahira, Gunail, and Tarlan, so for sharing your honest experience with our participants. And of course, to everyone who joined this webinar today for your time, and for those who will be watching on our social media and YouTube channels as well. So we are here for you to support you. And if anything, don't hesitate to contact us. And of course, we will consult you with a great pleasure. Thank you so much. Stay safe and healthy. See you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Laura.
Bye.
Bye-bye,
Thank
everyone.
you.
Thank you.
Bye.